Hey guys, Terry here again. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about a reality show that just came back after 2 years. That's right. For those of you that are fans of acapella music like I am, the sing-off is back. Ba 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 da da. I actually watch very few competition reality shows, so whenever I watch one, it's kind of a big deal. And the sing-off is like event watching for me. So I couldn't be any more excited that all of these acapella groups are getting on TV and competing against each other and making beautiful music together and individually. I'm super excited that it's back for 7 episodes and 3 weeks. I'm recording this video after the first episode aired, and this won't be posted until Friday, so there would have been 3 episodes total whenever this is posted. But if you've not watched it yet, you're 3 episodes behind, but that's fine. You can go to Hulu and they're all on there and you can catch up. And I mean, I can't think of anything better to binge watch than the sing-off. So this will be a really great way to spend your holidays. What I'm going to do throughout the course of this video is let you know what I think about the talent pool this time. I have to say, they have a really diverse set of contestants this year, and I'm pretty excited to see what they can all come up with. I wanted to let you know what I thought about the chances each group had of winning and things like that. So I'm just going to go down the list of who performed in the order on the first episode, and I'm even going to talk about the one that was eliminated, and I won't tell you who that is in case you've not watched it yet. And honestly, 2 more than will be eliminated by the time you're watching this, so don't get too comfortable for any of these groups. So the first group is called Vocal Rush. They are from Oakland, California. What you really need to know about them is that they're a group of high school students, which is crazy. But on top of that, they actually are really incredible. They performed Bottom of the River by Delta Ray, and it was really, really good. It was surprisingly soulful for a group that was so young, and I thought that was kind of exciting to see. And I really want to see what they can do moving forward. The next group that performed was called Home Free. They're a little bit different because they prefer to sing country music, and I've actually never seen a country group on the sing-off before, so it's adds a nice little element that I've not ever experienced. And honestly, country music makes sense for a cappella. I think it kind of lends itself to it because so much of country music is about the story and the single voice, and just harmonizing that single voice just makes it so much better. And honestly, whenever you think about things like bluegrass, they typically don't even have percussion all of the time. So, I mean, that lends itself perfectly to a cappella. In their premiere performance, they sang Cruise by Florida Georgia Line, and it was really good. It had a country feel, as you would expect the song to, and the arrangement was very clever in a way to make it fit a cappella better to showcase their strengths. The next group was the Princeton Footnotes. They're one of those collegiate a cappella groups. There's always 2 or 3 of those on the sing-off. They're the first ones that we saw this year. And I really enjoyed them. They sang Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble. And I'm always a sucker for anything Taylor Swift. I think that she has super catchy songs. And whenever you could adapt it to a cappella with the all-male a cappella group, you had me at hello. And while I was watching them, I realized that I was kind of looking for comparisons between the groups this year and the group from 2 years ago before the show was canceled and revived, because I really loved that season. That's whenever I was really pulled into the sing-off initially. And I was really into this group called the Dartmouth Airs. They were like a super fun, energetic collegiate group that was on that season, and they were one of my favorites that year. So I hope that there's another one of those this year. The next group is called Calais Soul. They are from Puerto Rico, which I thought was interesting. I've not seen a group from Puerto Rico on the sing-off either. And they also are like dancers, which is confusing, but also kind of fun to watch. They did Pondé Replay by Rihanna, and honestly, for me, I didn't love it. And I think that it's because they're a 6-person group with 4 females and 2 males. Their 2 male members are their bass and their percussion, while their 4 females all sound like they sing soprano. So all their harmonies just sound like it's a bunch of high voices. So I just didn't love it. I feel like they needed a fuller sound, which I feel like they're capable of. They just aren't giving it to us. So maybe next time, fingers crossed. The next group was the Street Corner Renaissance. I really loved these guys. These were 5 older gentlemen doing just classic barbershop doo-wop style, and they sang One Direction's What Makes You Beautiful. And let me tell you, One Direction in doo-wop style is the best thing ever. If you do nothing else in response to this video, look up Street Corner Renaissance performing What Makes You Beautiful. It just made me smile to watch it. It was my favorite performance of the night, like by far. The next vocal group is a group called 10, and they're interesting because they were a group of 10 former backup singers for a number of huge artists, and they had a really powerful sound. I liked them a lot, and they sang Tell Me Something Good by Rufus and Chaka Khan, and I thought they had something really good going there. They're just really powerful, and I always appreciate it whenever an acapella group can just sound really powerful just by being good singers that have great voices, and I think that that's what they have. The next group was called Element. They did Burn by Ellie Goulding. I really liked it. They were an all-female group. There's always at least one all-female group on the sing-off, and I really appreciated the way that they made their arrangements clever so that they didn't have to combat the whole we don't have the lower octaves because we're female vocalists. I really enjoyed this next group. They were called Voice Play. They're from Orlando, Florida. They actually are a group of people that all work in Universal Orlando, which is random, but I love it. They all are like performers, I think, in Universal Orlando, and they do this a cappella group in the evening, and they have a really fun sound. Again, I'm comparing them to people from last season, but I'm looking for the Pentatonics. If you don't know who Pentatonics is, then go into the description and click on the link for their Daft Punk video. They do a Daft Punk medley, which I think is the best example of what they did on Sing-Off last season, because they did really creative arrangements of songs that just had no business being a cappella, as Daft Punk is, and that's kind of what they do all the time. So I'm looking for the Pentatonics, but what I mean by that is a small group, like 5 or 6 people, that do really smart and really challenging arrangements. And I felt like Pentatonics was so great because they were such a small group. And it's easier to do complicated things with less people because you don't have to worry about matching all these different parts. And I feel like Voice Play kind of did that, and I hope to see more of that this season. The next group is called the Philharmonic. There were 6 guys, all with nationalities from the Philippines, and they're really good. What I loved about them was they're obsessed with 90s music, like 90s boy bands and stuff, and I am as well. So they're speaking my language right away. And they performed Treasure by Bruno Mars. And they really brought that 90s feel to it. The boy band kind of, they did some boy band dancey stuff, and they did the harmonies really well, and they switched out vocalists, and I really love these guys. I think they're going to be contenders for this season. And then the last group that's in this season of the Sing-Off is the Acoustic Cats. They did Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams. yeah, they did that song. So I don't love the song, but I think that they did a really clever arrangement of it, and they do have really good voices, and they blended together really well. So I think they're going to do really well in the competition. And they do seem like a fun group of guys. So hopefully their next song will be a little less date rapey and a lot more fun. A guy can dream, right? So that is the competitors for the Sing-Off this season. I do hope that you will tune in and join me on the adventure of the Sing-Off. Expect lots of tweets about it and whatnot. All the links for ways to follow me is in the description down below, so check that out. If you'd like to see more videos about, reality TV shows or TV shows in general, or just about music and stuff, hit the like button, put it in the comments, that kind of stuff. Let me know. I like getting feedback from you guys. It just helps me know that I'm doing what you want to see. On Wednesday, I just did a video about telling you about how I'm vlogging and the journey that got me to make the decision to start doing it. So if you want to check that out, click on the video down there. I think that's it for this video. See you next time. With geeky activities rather than traditional exercise, and that was going to be called +1 to athletics. Well, good news, +1 to athletics is a thing that's happening, but it's not a vlog. It's